Check, check. Recording.
Oh.
Yeah, Grant's. It's actually surprisingly not too bad in here. We got blessed with a 30-degree day.
Yeah. Let's go.
And no one's warm bodies.
Yes, it definitely helps. It honestly makes a real difference.
Are pictures allowed? I just kind of.
What was that?
Can I take pictures or no?
Oh yeah, please. Yeah, please. All right. Yeah. So, thank you all for being here. Thank you to Midnight Temple for sponsored food. Thank you to my mom, who always goes overboard. The great Mediterranean food. I don't know if she's back yet. Is she here? Oh, there she is. Thank you, Mom. I love you. But yeah, and again, thank you all for being here. Brave in the cold. I'm really excited about this app announcing, unveiling this app lock ecosystem. I think it's a really unique opportunity for us, specifically in the city of Detroit, to take something like this on. I think the city is built a lot different than places like Chicago, New York, LA. Although I think they probably have some of that community type places there. I think it's just kind of like washed away in the noise of what those cities are. And this city is like very much got ground down to the bare bones of the people who stuck here, and there's something special about this city. So I'm excited about this opportunity that we have. And I look forward to presenting this app lock ecosystem and finding opportunities to build with you guys and do something really quite unique as we move forward into a new way of building together. So what I'm gonna do here is, so if you haven't downloaded yet, you can scan the QR code here, download it. Unfortunately, it's not on Android yet because Google closed my account and I'm having some issues reopening it, but we'll get that. It's actually open source, so if you wanted to, you can download it, install it directly on your device, or we can find a way to get the APK directly. But we'll get that solved and make sure we have our Android users as a part of this.
I'm in that same boat too. Yeah.
It's tough. All right, I'll do my best to talk a little louder. All right, let's see if I can present my screen here. What was that, buddy? Interesting. Of course, technical issues right away.
They do be like that sometimes.
We're good.
So I'm just going to do this off. I was going to do it off my phone, but we'll just do it off my computer. So if you haven't downloaded the Renaissance, so if you have the Renaissance City app, you can sign in and create what is called the Renaissance City account, which is your account to connect with the city. The Renaissance City app has been around for a minute, and basically it was a way to curate events and different things in the city. But I've always had this like broader vision of like user-owned data, and there's like new ways, new paradigms of how we can build applications and connect those applications and really put the power in the hands of individual users. And so I've been traveling a bit, going to a lot of these Web3 conferences, and found a lot of inspiration from what these people are doing. So there's some other applications out there that are similar to this, but they're designed more for, they're not designed for specific cities. So they haven't really found, I think, the product market fit of what something like this could be. But what the app lock ecosystem, which I'm unveiling today, are these small applications you see at the top of the screen here. So if you create your Renaissance City account in the app, you'll be able to see these apps loaded into your screen. And then if you click on the People app, for example, this is a web-hosted application that's embedded within the main application. And so this is basically just a directory of all the people that sign up for the app and create their Renaissance City account. And you can imagine as we iterate on the Renaissance People app, we can do more curated of like artists and videographers and find like new ways of presenting people that are in this city. And so that's basically the Renaissance People app. This next app block that we built here is called Game Night. And it's basically just a simple application to host tournaments whether it be a pool tournament, chess tournament, euchre tournament, whatever you want, we can evolve on it. But it's like a way to easily connect with people who want to show up and play games within the city. And then so yeah, that's simply it. And you can see as we click into each of these applications, you're automatically logged in. And again, like these are web apps, so these exist in the app, but they also exist on the web. So you can take the URLs that these websites generate, you can put them on your Instagram account, you can make them searchable on Google, you can do whatever. They are, in a way, Web3 apps. They don't, so if I go slightly technical here, these function differently than like they'll function somewhat similar to what MetaMask does, I guess, with some slight caveats. So the way that it functions very much like, it actually functions exactly like mini apps through Farcaster or the base app. So if you download that, there's like a ton of developers. So I guess I could provide a little more context about that ecosystem, what's already out there, what inspired me. Pardon? Like WAP.com? WAP? I'm not sure if I'm familiar with that one. But I'll give the example that really hit this home for me, which got me really excited about where this could go. So it's kind of a dystopian community of people, but there's this app out there called World, and they have these orbs, and you go up to the orb and you scan your eye and it verifies you as a human. The whole thing's like open source, and so you're supposed to they're supposed to not save the data, and so it's just a way of like verifying your retina's unique, and they're not supposed to save it, but it is kind of dystopian. So I can see why you wouldn't want to do that. I even met a developer who was building on that ecosystem. Is like, I'm not fucking doing that. I'm not gonna put myself on this thing and then not have the choice of not being on it, which I respect that. But I went to this, they had like a 2-week hackathon that I actually applied for, part of FWB, another like Web3 thing that I didn't get in, but I decided, hey, I'm gonna go down and see what these guys are doing. So I pulled up to their event, and it was like kind of like eye-opening how, one, the camaraderie of all the developers that were building, because it wasn't like they were like competing or anything, they were just building together. But then this whole ecosystem, within the 2 weeks, they were already like, I got 2,000 download, I got 2,000 people using my app, I got 4,000 people using my app. Because it's an ecosystem. And so when they get on these, in front of these people, there's 37 million people that have the orb or have their world app and are verified as a human. So when they put this application on, when they put that on the application, their apps on that application, they are seen prevalently. And so it's a way of really just building an ecosystem. And pardon?
It's like their own database.
Yeah.
I downloaded it. Everything's in there.
Nice.
Looks like you give like updates, like hour by hour events.
Yeah, so I have some ways of pooling different local events that are coming through different sites and sources.
I got a recommendation for you on the EDM scene, since it's so like tied into the digital world.
Yeah.
There's EDM Train, and it just tells you everything that happens if you trade anyway.
Okay.
But like, that'd be nice to.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. No, I'm so I guess that's a good. So we're one of the things that got me. I mean, there's a lot of events from Aria in here, but there's actually someone in the scene locally, Steven, who curates the Detroit I Love, which is probably similar to what you're talking about. And it's really cool. It's like he just like launched this site that's like a WordPress website, and eventually got so popular he had to like hire a Microsoft engineer to like make it actually like run, because he had so many people hitting his website.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's cool, and that's why I was like feeding it. I asked him, I was like, hey, I would love to feed your events into my website. So it's just an RSS feed of events, and I fed it into the app. And so that was a good way to get like good local recommendations from somebody who's like a serious person in the scene. And I guess with that in mind, like where this is heading and the goal of this, this is a good transition to go to the DJ app. So these app blocks are meant to provide a lot of value for the end user. And so this one, I guess, I have the same issue that Ian was running into earlier, unfortunately. So I think I broke authentication with this one. I was messing around with some stuff. But this app basically allows you to like log in, host your own DJ event, but then manage open bookings. So you're able to like see, okay, and this is like a common issue with DJs in the scene, is like either, there's no source of truth on like who's in it. Like sometimes like you come up and sign up, but there's like a lot of like issues with communicating politics of this stuff. And so this like management tool, I think it could be really useful even from not open decks. Like if you're a person like managing booking, it's like, okay, you have this tool to easily facilitate the whole entire process. Eventually we'll add in like a text messaging thing. We can easily do emails, but like we can create like a little micro application for this. But the idea of where this is, if I could show it, is as you create these events within these app blocks and these individual applications, when you publish it, it will show up in the main feed. And so that event, and there's a choice too. So you create your event in this micro application, and you post it to the Renaissance City ecosystem, and it could show up in this main app. Or if you have the Detroit I Love as somebody who is a curator of events that you publish, they can easily take that data that you published and show it in the Detroit I Love app block, or their website, which is meant to be, like, again, the same thing. And so moving on to this is where I think this gets really exciting. Is a lot of, I know Donovan has been doing a lot about promoting about lovable.dev. David Baird has been doing a lot about other just different vibe coding tools. And so there's a lot of powerful tools out there to like make apps and websites with natural language. And it's honestly blowing my mind. I built most of this by just typing the things that I want. And then sometimes I run into specific bugs, and then I got to do put my engineering hat back on. But most time it's just like fun thinking and product building. But so this
language then that you're utilizing?
So all this is in React. The main application is in React Native. All of the app blocks are in React, just React. And I have, we'll walk through a demo here, but I have, so this create app block, you click this. Yeah, this is not gonna, we'll do this on my phone. And you guys can kind of get an idea. So this tool here is like creating your app block. So for individual artists, this is like kind of your website. So you can use your artist name. If you're a community like Art Night, you can use Art Night. If you want to build a game, it's the name of your game. Whatever it is, it's basically like it's the name that shows up on the main application underneath the app block.
Can you have multiple app blocks within the same account?
Yeah, that'll definitely be something that you could do.
Pretty cool.
And so, yeah, so you would basically you're going to be creating one of these. So we can name it. So I'm going to create this one called linked. And when you type it, you have, it like suggests like what do you want to build. So this one's like a creator block, so art, music, writing. So it's like a creator website. A community block, like Art Night, other creators, like other community websites. If you want to build a project or a product, like the game night or this linked, which is what I'm going to do. There's also business blocks if you want to build one for your business, like a restaurant or whatever. A game one, so you want to build a game. And what these do is basically like help you through a walkthrough. So when I click on this is going to ask me a list of questions to help me like define what this product is, this project. And so linked, this is my thought, is like, okay, I want an easy tool to share links. So I'm like a marketer, I'm like creating these events on the DJQ app, I'm creating it on my artist website, I'm creating it on whatever. Instagram. Well, not necessarily Instagram. So this is going to be, I mean, you could do it on whatever and then paste in a link. But the idea of this one I'm thinking is like to all of these app blocks that could potentially be created, like the game night one or whatever game you're doing, you might want to have an easy way to share that. I could like have to go search and find that individual specific item, that game, that whatever I was creating, that link in that application. So I have to go and find it. This app is designed to push all those to an app that, hey, here's all the things that I want to be able to share with people. So it's a link manager, basically. And so I'm going to go ahead and like pitch that to this thing. I'm going to allow it to accept my microphone. So, hey, I would like to build an application that I can easily manage and share links as a marketer. On it, we basically want a simple list of cards that has an image, title, description that's pulled from SEO metadata. And yeah, I think that's basically it. This would be a simple tool for us to use in this app block ecosystem. So I'm going to go ahead, it transcribes that. I'm going to process it. So the AI takes a little bit of time to do this, so I'll have to come up with things to talk.
It's developing that for you right now?
So what it's doing here right now is it's processing the questions and answers that I gave it and coming up with a set of follow-up questions. So here it's saying, who specifically will be using this application for marketing efforts? I'm just going to say like local organizers, local event organizers. So we can start with that as like obviously organizers and marketers. So local event organizers and marketers. We'll say that. And then the next one's, what existing tools do marketers currently use? I'm just going to skip that. Like they might use notes. I don't think it's that relevant to this. What metrics will you determine if the application is successful? The number of links added and the number of shares and the number of links followed. So I'm going to go ahead and generate those requirements. So now it's going through and just like processing all that information, and basically was creating what is known as a product requirements doc, which is a common document to help product teams and business teams communicate to developers on what they actually are building. And so this will take a second to go through and generate that. There. So now I have, so linked, effortlessly manage and share your marketing links. Problem marketers struggle with managing and sharing links effectively, often lead to missed opportunities in their campaign. And so I created this whole like document of like what I can do to build this application. And so we're gonna try this real quick. We'll see how far we get. But I have here, so when anyone creates one, it'll automatically just email me the document. And my goal with this app ecosystem is honestly, it would email anyone who wants to help build. So we're going to build out this ecosystem, might email you, Donovan, or like anyone who wants to be a builder and collaborate. There's a lot of ways we can take this. And I guess, I don't know if I said this at the start, but for me, this is the unveiling of something that is a beginning of where we can take this and like how we can talk and communicate to do things well. Yeah, the app, pretty much everything I'm building is open source. The main app is open source, which I think is big because, you know, I think you as I went to the
Tells a lot about you.
yeah, and like I've been thinking about this a lot because it's really what I realized. Like the cost of building things is going to zero as a technical thing, and so it's really about people and connections. And so,
Residuals from that.
was that?
Like opportunities that take place within
Right.
the
Totally.
opportunity of the network.
Totally. And so like I imagine like I went to the University of Michigan where I went to school, and I was talking to some students there that were building different things, and like, wow, you know, there's somebody who unfortunately couldn't make it tonight. He had a car accident. He's okay. It was just a fender bender. But how cool would it be if somebody like kind of took this and brought it to Ann Arbor, and like, okay, so now you have the Tree Town app, which is like all the events that are going on in Ann Arbor. You have the local students and creators, the entrepreneurs. This woman was building a flea market
Businesses
app.
around the area, the bars.
Yeah.
Saying, hey, we're doing trivia night.
Yeah.
We're doing this and that.
And imagine like having the best like menu app ever. So if every single website used like a nice way of managing their menu items, and we have creators helping like
Digital
document,
presence.
yeah, that's what it really is. So I love going back to the idea of digital real estate, where it's like, let's claim our digital real estate and do so in a way where we own it and our people and community own it. So it's like I think we can
Tokenizing businesses.
essentially, yeah. So all these app blocks. So this app functions as a wallet.
So it holds crypto.
It can hold crypto. The one thing about this is it's hard to give the response. I don't want to honestly put money on it right away. I think I'm looking at potential solutions with Privy and some of these smart contracts, smart account contract wallets. So that way it's like safer to maintain the funds.
Right.
Because if your account gets compromised, there's like better ways of managing it than, hey, download your private keys and take care of private keys. Don't let them get stolen. Hey, you know.
Exactly.
I think
we're post-quantum secure, so it's like 6,000 characters. Like we are backed by the. There's a Canva on it, but we're backed by the national security, the U.S. national security.
that's cool. All right, so I'm gonna see if I can do this live and make this, but I'll just like show you a demo of the process. But you can imagine that we can automate a lot of this stuff. But for now, we'll see what we can do on this. So I have here on GitHub, I go to my GitHub and I go to Little Renaissance. And I guess too, while I get this going, one thing, because I appreciate all the artists and creators that have come out, because I think there is a unique opportunity here to build a better way of managing your own website and your social digital presence in general. Because right now with Instagram, which is pretty common way that we all connect and do all this, is one, you're hostage to them not liking what you post and they're removing your account. And also just like the algorithm and how things are connected and how your profile is presented.
For sure.
And so what this tool will allow us to do is create your own website as an app block. It's your own website, so it's like you can share it on Google and all that.
It's free speech.
Yeah, yeah. And so the thing, okay, this is another thing I'd like to say. An easy thing for Instagram to do is instead of removing people, just don't show the content to people you're not connected with. That's a simple way of like censoring somebody. It's like, let me talk to the people that are connected to me. Don't determine what I can say to the people that are connected to me. But if you don't want to promote it to the broader ecosystem because you have something that you're not comfortable with me sharing, then fine. Like, don't promote it to everyone else. But it's my connections. Yeah, you help facilitate it. That's what I would say if Instagram wants to stick around in a future world. But that's a side note. But yeah, I think that's important because I think we can, with this, we could build a social presence that is on your website. Nathan?
So, you know if I'm wrong, but it feels like a lot of what you're doing is centered around like empowerment, right?
Yeah.
Being someone that is, very proficient in web development, that kind of thing, but you're trying to help, empower other people.
Yeah, totally.
And when someone makes a website and somebody makes an event, like automatically transfers the admin privileges and gives them like some admin privileges too, right? To be able to manage all that stuff and then they don't even have to worry about the technical side, right?
Yeah. So yeah, as you go through this create block experience, we'll figure out. You'd be in control of your website that's deployed. What is it?
So for the template size, like, are there like certain templates that you've already created? And if I wanted to create my own, since it's open source, I just create my own new template for a category that's not there already, or how does it actually?
Yeah, totally. So I'll show this. This is like the Renaissance app block template that I created, which is mainly around authentication. So it's like this. I'll boot this up real quick and show what it loads. I can imagine we can take this in different directions. So I just cloned the Renaissance City app block template, and again, that's just like an application to. It's a base application to build upon. So I'm gonna install the node modules real quick, and then I'm gonna boot it up. So just boot up on 301. So if I click over here, so here's the base app block. If I click get started, it should log me in. Actually, I got to do this real quick. I got to do yarn DB. So these are all based on a database technology called SQLite. It's like a lightweight way of managing data. So here I'm going to do migrate. It should. There, nice. So now I should have. Let me open this up in Cursor here. Our very, very powerful code managing tool, code development tool. So I'm going to go to app blocks. Oh, I guess I opened it and created it here. So yep, now we should have our database with the users, and now this should load. So now if I reopen this, might have killed the term. I killed the. Reboot the server. Cool. So it automatically logged me in as waterfall. And so this is just a base application that we can do whatever we want with now. So now here's my thoughts. So I automatically emailed myself this PRD. And so I'm going to copy this. And then if you guys haven't seen this before, you're in for a treat. So we can paste this into here. I can hit plan. And what Cursor will do is go through and create a document on everything it's going to do to actually code this. And so this app, I guess to your point, Zaid, is like, this application is meant to just have the basic stuff in there so it understands like what it's actually doing from, it needs to be, this is an app block. And so now we're just like defining specifically what this app block is going to do. But I could imagine like there's like a game one or one, like, I know like web, like with Unity, it might be interesting really to have like, this is a web, was it WebGL?
Yeah, WebGL, yeah.
So you have like a WebGL, like Unity base like thing, and maybe even there's like however like directions, like maybe even we want one specifically for creators, we want one specifically for like this type of project, and we can like figure out what this ecosystem needs in terms of like, hey, this is the starting point for somebody doing this thing. And especially too for the AI, I think it'd be honestly more interesting for AI, because I don't really expect, it'd be cool if everyone wants to show up, divide coding and like learn and do all this stuff, but you don't have to. Like the goal of this would be like, let's just voice create your thing. We're gonna add different application or different functionalities into your application as you build this out, like sharing and publishing events, connecting, like adding a social feed to your website. So now people can go into your app block, open your website, they can like, comment on your post on your website. And then I think this would be dope for like an art night, is like we connect all the art night individuals. On the art night page is our social feed of all the people a part of that community. We can do that for any community. It's like we have a shared social feed on our website that's public that we control. And instead of Art Night Detroit being a, just a boring old Instagram page, instead of Art Night Detroit just being an old boring Instagram page, we can do whatever we want with it. Oh, I did ingest. Ingest is a really cool tool built by some local guys, but. There's like, there's only so much, like how do you really represent a community on an Instagram page? Like you can't really do it.
You can just highlight some cool events,
Yeah.
and that's about it. Instagram is more like a, hey, drop on by, this is my whole type atmosphere. Versus you're like, hey, this is my ecosystem, be a part of my community.
Yeah.
This doesn't allow you in our community, it allows you to just showcase yours. Versus what you're doing is so interactive with the user. And that's so interesting that you're going to be able to, I'm going to be able to AI add on the things to my community, to my app.
Yeah.
Within your platform. It's almost like its own Discord.
Yeah.
It's incredible. This is a great start. Love to help.
Yeah, well, I'd love to work with anyone interested in building in this ecosystem and see where we can take this. But yeah, we'll make some steps here on this linked app real quick. I can do this in the background too. I don't know, like I don't want to go too long on this. I think we got a lot of good conversations and back and forth out of this. No, you're good. No, I appreciate it. I had my expectations in this is really, I was trying not to have any expectations other than I wanted to unveil what I've been working on and really excited about, and the opportunity here for us to like do something different and really bring something to the people around us that has the opportunity to really uplift them. And I think money doesn't lead, it follows. I think there's a lot of really good ways that we can truly connect each other, and that the traditional people have traditional ways of doing things, all these Silicon Valley, and it was great. I appreciate everything that Google has brought to us, and a lot of these other people, and Instagram did a lot to connect us and bring us to this point. But I think there's a much better way forward and a more exciting way forward for the individuals in our communities. And so I'm excited to talk and network and work with you all to build out this ecosystem into something that we all want to be a part of. Build it, you build it, they will come. They build it, they will stay. So I would love for you guys all to come build with me and stay and create something cool and be a part of it. All right, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Any questions before we just kind of hang out? And
I know you're trying to make it an app.
yeah.
Is it going to be app first, or is it morely going to flesh out more as a website as well eventually?
So I guess my thought is like the main like user account, like there's a lot of utility to having the app that does, because you can't really, there's probably ways that we can embed like through iframes and like kind of replicate the same process of how the authentication context is passed through, but I think the experience will be much better in an application. So the main app is meant to just be like the hub that provides a secure, authenticated way of like interacting with all these individual app blocks. But again, these are all web apps. So when you create the open decks, you can share it and text it to your friend, and then they have a page they can go through and they can like enter their phone number and a PIN code and then sign up for an open deck slot, and they don't have to ever download the app. So it's designed to be like a way to, however you want to operate, but the real app is meant to be the ecosystem glue to, hey, let's put people on and make it easy for doing that. So.
I know this is kind of early. You ever thought about like what features you would like to add, like as a 2.0 version?
Yeah, I think like so. I'll show this real quick, which I never got to, which I think is hopefully an enlightening thought in this. So if I go over to the create app block, and hopefully there's one here. I don't know if I created one on this computer. I didn't create one on this computer. I'll show it in here. Let me see if I can present this screen real quick. Yeah, it's not going to work. So if I go in this app block, so if I go into the linked, if I go into this, that same concept I was talking up here, so linked has the PRD and all that, but down below it has, I call it district apps, which are meant to be like more integrated apps into the ecosystem. So there's like an events and people. And so those are like the core things that show up in the main Renaissance app. So like the next one might be like notifications or chat. But I also have connected apps. So the idea is you can provide a connection for any individual app, like a game or whatever, and you can provide that so any other person building another app block can connect. And so now we can like quickly connect different websites doing whatever they're doing and communicate across.
Okay.
And for the linked concept, I was trying to think of this, that there might be like almost like a recipes or an action thing where it's like, these are the apps available that you are interacting with. And like, if you click this, here's like some actions that you could do that help show up in other apps. Like if you're sharing a URL, I don't know, I've been toying around. I was like trying to come up with a demo, and this is the demo I had for that I thought would make sense to share. So I think there's like something along that line of like, okay, here's the apps that you're connected, and there's like maybe like different steps. Like, so there's the apps that you haven't used yet and are connected, but then there's like, you could like, hey, I prefer this app, I prefer that app. I connected this app to communicate in this way to do this thing. And then you can send it to like, hey, this is the action I want to send off, and then it shows up in that other app. So these are some thoughts I had. I would love to like continue along this. And again, like I don't think I really presented here. Maybe I have let's see if my animation came up. It'd be really cool if this is a cool animation. Let's see. Oh, perfect. Okay, let's go. So next week, let me see if I can just share this whole thing to my this is exactly what I wanted it to be. If you guys haven't used Kling, there's like some animations in here in this studio that you can check out. I'll just show it here on my phone. Unfortunately, my thing's in. Or actually, let me just AirDrop it to my computer. But yeah, again, this is to me just the beginning of what this ecosystem could be. And what I was going to say is announce Renaissance City Founding Week, where like throughout, I want to do this next week.
It's showing.
Ah, ah, ah. Hold on. Now my energy's a little mismatched, but it's okay.
Nice.
So Renaissance City Founding Week. So yeah, the idea is like we can just like keep building these applications and like add them to the ecosystem. So I'd love to like work with you all and like creating an app block, putting it in, figuring out how it connects, figure out what the actual ecosystem of connections and just like what it actually is. Like I've had a lot of thought in it, so I think I'm ahead of guys a little bit, but I know I don't know everything. I think I loved working with Zaid a lot. We had a lot of headbutting at times, but like that guy has a lot of smart system thinking, that he's a great person to have, an asset in this type of ecosystem. And I know there's some other people here that have really good like security mindsets that could really help in that. So I'm really looking forward to like connecting and seeing where we can take this app ecosystem. And yeah, next week, and I'm just like kind of going, I'm flying by, I see my pants in this stuff. I think next week would be cool to have at the end of the week like something to show. But you know, the time to me is like we got a lot of time, so it'd be cool to continue to see where this goes and hopefully something really positive comes of it. Thanks. All right. Yeah. All right. Any other questions?
Is there a timeline maybe on when it's back on Android or?
Yeah. So I guess I can. I think with Android at least, there's an easy way to have people just download APK, and you have to say. And you have to say, oh, I trust the developer, so I'm a pretty trustworthy guy.
Yeah.
I think. So I can find a way to get you that application pretty easily. So I'll do that, and then I got to figure out. I think I just didn't pay them, or like for whatever reason they closed my account because it was inactive, and I think there's a bug. I even asked Gemini. I was like, can you help me get my account back up? And they sent me to a page that didn't have the information on that it said. I was like, okay. So now I got to go and figure out how to actually get it up, but. And if you want, you can build your own. You can really deploy your own.
Yeah.
So, but I think the value is, I know that's the thing. It's really the value of like connecting people. So I hope if you did build your own, we could find a way to support this app ecosystem throughout any application that supports it. You know, like let's put everyone on and make sure we're not banning people. Although I did have this idea, which might be a fun idea. So I was thinking in the same context of Instagram, it's like, okay, I could see somebody posting something here locally where it's like, okay, we can't just like share this with everyone. Like, I understand why you're sharing what you're sharing, but like, it's a little much. Like, we're not just gonna put this out. The same thing, if your audience wants to unfollow you or whatever, or like mute your stuff, go ahead. But I think it'd be kind of fun to have like a banned app where it's like all the shit that we don't really want, and like it's like community curated. So like we're like, hey, get this out of my feed. There's a spot to go find it on the internet. I think that could be kind of fun. I think that could be kind of fun. Anyway, all right. I appreciate you guys. Enjoy the food and drinks and